Hi everybody. How are you doing today? It's awesome to be back, and today is Thursday, and we cannot, we cannot wait for this show. I know for sure that you are all waiting for this wonderful show, and this is Motivational Power. My name is Salman Vulamparti. I'm a motivational speaker from Bangalore, India, and we are coming from WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network TV and Radio, goingsolomedia.com. And my name is Solomon Vulamparti once again. I'm a motivational speaker. And this show is Motivational Power. How awesome it is. So we have been, bringing on awesome guests for you so that, they can share their wisdom with us. And, it's an awesome to get, some of the biggest experts, to be on the show and, to guide us and tell us, about various things. So here I am with uh, one of the best experts in parenting coach. She's a parenting coach. And hello, yeah, here she is. This,
Hi, Solomon.
uh,
How are you?
yeah, yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you doing, Mute Olori?
I'm good. And it's
Yeah,
nice being on the show. Thank you for
yes,
inviting me.
yes. Yeah. We are really excited to have you. And let me speak a little bit about you, what I know before we actually go along. Hello, friends. This is Mute Olori. She's from Nigeria, and she's parenting coach and team coach, doing awesome work in Nigeria. In the places, and she's really helping so many parents, guiding them on how to bring up their children. And she's a John Maxwell team speaker, coach, and trainer. And she has been for 20 years. She has been in media, doing, directing and producing programs on the media, and past about 3 years, and she has started this uh, uh, parenting, being a coach for parents and being a coach for teens and all. So we are really excited to have her. On behalf of all of you, I wanted to welcome, Mute to the show. Welcome, Mute. I know, really,
Yay!
excited to have you on the show. Yeah. So
Thank you.
yeah, would you please introduce yourself? Maybe you might do better for yourself than me.
Solomon, you've done a good job. All right. My
Okay.
name is Mute Olori. Um, I was born and brought in Warri. Warri is the south-south area of Delta State, the south-south zone of Nigeria. A very fantastic set of people, and was strong. And from there, I finished my primary, my secondary school there, and then went to University of Jos, somewhere in the northern part of Nigeria, where I specialized. I got a degree in theater arts and majored in dance. From there, I joined Dow Communications. Okay, while in school, I got exposed with working with the largest government network. It's called NTA. I started there as an actress, and I went on to join Dow Communications, where I caught my tongue in broadcasting. And so I've been in Dow Communications broadcasting, producing, directing, working with women's shows, children's shows, youth programs, all these
Mm.
years for almost 20 something years. So I've been here. And I'm also a mother of three. My eldest is 22 years old. The second is 18, and I have a son who is 13 years old. And basically, that's who I am, working with children. I'm a teens teacher in church. Yeah, the Sunday school, I teach teenagers for close to 20 years now. I've been working with them. And I guess I love
Yeah.
eating, watching movies. If that's what you want to know. I love reading a
Yeah.
lot. So basically, that's me. I'm a fun person. I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
very good
That's wonderful. We are really excited. At the background, being a media person, and again, coming over to this parenting, which is awesome. Which is the need of the hour, if I have to say. When I saw you as doing a lot of parenting, sessions in the Facebook in your country, I've been excited, and how could I bring Motia over to the show? Before delaying any further, see, what brought you into this, particularly into this parenting? Why this journey for you, being in media and coming into parenting? What brought you here, and what is that purpose you saw in this particular mission and vision, Mote? Can you please
Okay,
throw some light?
let's say what brought me into parenting. What
Yeah,
brought me into
okay.
parenting is the pain,
Mm. Yeah,
the
hello.
pain, the trouble, the trauma
Okay.
I felt seeing young people coming. I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
so
Now,
a
now,
lot
you're,
of
now you're
young
fine.
people going down the drain, a lot of young people struggling to find their place, and real the parents are not available.
Yeah, yeah, you're still fine. Yeah, you're fine.
I empower, I
Yeah.
empower,
Hello. Yeah, Mute.
of the teachers,
Hello.
of the school to mentor. I can hear you. That I can
Yeah,
hear
you
you.
I lost you for some time
Hello.
because of the connection. Yeah, yeah. Now we can
Okay.
hear you. Yeah,
I said
yeah, you're fine
the
now. You're
my going into parenting was born out of the fact that out of the pain and the yearning to see young people have a balanced life, to have a complete life. I've been working with young people for over 20 years, and I discovered that there's a gap. There's a breakdown in generational gap, in communication gap, and that gap forms the greatest menu that was shaping any child's life. And that gap is that there's no connect between the parents and the children. Where we empower these children, where we teach them about self-confidence, when we teach them the secrets to growth, when we teach them about relationship and all that, there is no follow-up at home. I had a program some time ago where we had to we requested we talked to children, and most of them said we need to talk to their parents. So we organized this parents teachers meeting in an environment where you have over 7,000 parents.
mm,
Solomon, you won't believe that less than 50 parents attended that show, that program. That's to tell you how much negligence,
of course.
how much value parents have for their children. That was about 5 years ago. And I just looked at it. I said, why would a parent not be concerned about a program that would talk and address the issues that teenagers are facing? So that got me thinking. And when I joined the John Maxwell team and I started the coaching and all that in another realm of view, I realized that there is need to bridge this gap. And that need led me to the parents. I've been a teens mentor for years, but that gap, because sometimes I had to be the go-between between some of these children and their parents. And what does that mean? You tell them something, they say, I can't discuss this issue with my parents. My parents will never want to hear about it. I can't approach my parents. I can't speak my mind where they are. So
My
sometimes I was
God.
okay, who's your parent? Let me see them. So I go talk to the parents. Oh, hi, how are you? And within my teenagers, they call me Auntie Mute. So when they introduced me to the parents, this is Auntie Muti. Oh, the Auntie Muti I've always heard about. So that's, kind of give me a leverage to go in and discuss with the parents. And
Okay.
over the
Great.
years, I've seen, so I now discovered that, look, I have to take it a larger scale. I went into certification and did all the
Yeah.
things I needed to do to take it as a formal work. So that's what brought me that pain. That's brought me into parenting. So I'll be able to bridge the gap
Wonderful.
between
Wonderful.
teenagers
Wonderful.
and
Yeah.
their parents. Yeah.
Yeah. So you are, you have seen there is a, yeah, there is a gap between, our children and the children and the parents, and the generation gap. They see where the child, it's quite debilitating for the child, whether to approach, unless we open up ourselves, unless
Yeah.
we welcome them into, into discussions, into communication. It's a challenge for us. Yeah, I agree to that. Mute,
Very
I
good.
wanted to ask you, what are the problems, what are the problems you have come across with the teens and especially teens and children? What are they really, battling with in the current scenario? And have you come across any? Can you please share some thoughts about that?
All right. Teenagers battle with a lot of issues, and
Hmm.
these issues range from one, themselves. There are a lot of things they are going through as an individual, and those issues range from, when they come into adolescence, that puberty age, there's a lot of transformation going on in them. Now you have the emotional issues, you have psychological, you have emotional, you have they don't understand who they are. So in the process of finding themselves, going between coming from childhood into adolescence, they are not fully grown adults. They are not children anymore. That's position in the middle where they find themselves is a lot of problems with them. Now they begin to go through the biological growth.
Hmm.
A lot of emotions and things come up with
Absolutely.
you being growing the beard as a guy, the ladies growing the breast, the voice change is a transformational period for them, and then you now find them trying to find out within their peers that there's this peer pressure where they say, oh,
Yeah.
this child is having breast and I am not having. Am I abnormal? Now, that is an issue they're dealing with. And then the
Yeah.
emotions come in where the hormones begin to run wild. They're having feelings that they don't understand. And nobody's finding time to interpret these feelings. And when these feelings come, they find themselves in this emotion, this mood swing environment where this moment they are happy, the other moment they are sad. They don't even understand that the hormones are the things making them going through this process. So they have that issue to do with. Then they have the
Absolutely.
issue of affirmation,
Okay.
acceptability.
Okay.
Acceptability within society, acceptability within families. They have that issue to deal with. Growth issues. So many things going within them, confusing them that they don't know. And then they come home. When they are going through this period, they expect that the home will be a safe haven for them.
Mm.
They have their peers to deal with, where the peers are comparing them to themselves and to what society have to offer. You have teachers, you have school dealing with them academically. So those are issues they are trying to contend between their balance, create the balance between their biological growth, their emotional life, their academic life, and then the parents. Whom should understand them better? Who should help them better? So when they don't have that comfort, it seems to destroy every other issues that they are contending with. And don't forget peer pressure.
Oh,
Even as an
yeah.
adult, I have peer pressure. So I used to tell them, you're not the only one going through pressure. I have peer pressure. Peer pressure to get involved in sex, peer pressure to get involved in alcohol, peer pressure to want to live according to what they see on the internet. Internet is another pressure. The media is another pressure, showing them that, oh, as a young person, you should be like this, and you feel you're not. So those pressures are there. In my time, I didn't have to face social media pressure, internet pressure. But this age and time, they are faced with all sorts of pressure. Now, while I was growing up, television was just, the television opens at 4 o'clock and closes at 12. But these days, Solomon, you will agree with me, they have in Nigeria, we have the stations that have 100, over 100 network, and it's 24 hours. You have various channels to probate to. So in my time, things were limited. But this time and this age, the exposure is so much, and these children are contending with what you say, with culture, with society, and what the larger world has to give to them. So it's a whole lot going through these children. And when not treated well, they fall into depression. Some of them now having suicidal tendencies, and then it widens the relationship between the parents and the children when not managed properly. So it's a lot, Solomon. It's a lot.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's a good, the peer pressure is one of the areas, of great challenge for them, because they face lot of, turbulence over there. Really, I myself, when I was in the campus, in the university campus, I underwent a tremendous peer pressure for smoking, as well as for alcohol, and personally, I can understand that. Yes, luckily, when I was growing up as a teenager, when I was studying in college, I never, yeah, there was quite a few people who were smoking, but I wasn't close, they were not my classmates, though, so I didn't have it, but in the campus, certainly I did have. Anyway, very nice of you. So tell us, Mute, how to handle this issue as parents. Our parents, what's the role of the parents and what the parents should do for addressing these problems, these teenagers, especially the teenagers,
Okay.
and children as well. Yeah, children
Okay.
as well. Yeah.
Okay. So let's start first of all. When we say what should parents do, there's an adage that says you can't give what you don't have. And that is the truth. So you need an understanding of your role as a parent to be able to parent your child. Having a child, just giving birth to a child, does not make you a parent. There's a
Yes.
whole lot more about what parenting is. So what is your job as a parent? Your job as a parent is to guide your children into being responsible, self-fulfilled, morally functioning, independent adults. Let's take it again. To guide your children into being responsible, self-fulfilled, morally functioning, independent adults that will be able to reach their fullest potential. Mark the word, fullest potential. Now, children, as parents, we must understand that we do not own the children. Our children were created by God and given to us to care for. So I always say, as a parent, I'm a caretaker. I'm not the owner. I am a caretaker as a parent, and it's my responsibility to pay the rent to the owner of the children, and that is God, who is the grand overall designer. He created them and gave us the privilege to be the ones to guide these children, to nurture them, and to put in them the seed of responsibility, self-fulfillment, independence, and for them to achieve their fullest potential. So as a parent, I have this acronym that I have for parents, what parents mean. And if you're watching, I would like you to take your pen and paper and write it. The P in parents. Parent means P-A-R-N-T-S. The P means to prepare. To prepare. To affirm. The A. Affirm. Prepare. You have to prepare yourself to affirm, to take up that responsibility. To R, rear these children. To E, educate them. To N, nurture. Nurture. It's like a garden. When you have a garden, you nurture. If you want your crop to grow to a big tree that will produce good fruits, you must learn to nurture. So our responsibility as parents in the end is to nurture and then to teach. I always tell people there's one word that must not be in the dictionary of any parent, and that word is assumption. You never assume. Assumption is the greatest destroyer of parenting. It's a no-no. You must teach your child. Take the time to teach. Show them what to do. And when you teach them, then they'll be able to learn. Children model your character, your behavior, and your attitude as a parent. A child would want to do what you do than do what you say. So you need to learn to teach them and finally support them.
Wonderful.
So you're not to dictate their lives. You're not to manipulate their lives. You are to support your children to be able to achieve their fullest potential. So if you understand these factors as a parent, then you will know how to help your children deal with their issue. When you understand that children are a blessing and not a burden, when you understand this factor, then you can better parent your children. So how do we help them to become who, to deal with this issue? Number one, love.
Mute, we'll take 2 seconds break and we will come back. Shall we take a small break? Okay?
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, just take a little break and we'll come back again.
Thank you.
Welcome back again, friends. You are having a a beautiful show, a wonderful show by Mute Olori, the team, the team coach, the parenting coach, parenting coach, and we have been, we have been, understanding what exactly means parenting is all about, and she has, rightly expanded the acronym parents, which is awesome. You can make a note of it. And we discussed about the various issues about the teens, what they are facing in that. And my name is Salman Vulamparti. I'm a motivational speaker from Bangalore, India. And this the show you're watching is motivational power. And I cannot hold myself here because the show is, we are bringing one of the best experts for you to give us a little bit of various aspects. And yeah, this is a very important concept, parenting. So come back again. Let's hi, welcome back, Mute, and really
Yeah.
nice to have you. We wanted to continue on that particular aspect. How parents, can play a role in addressing these, pressing issues that teens are facing in their lives. Please continue
All
further.
right, thank you very much. Now, where we are now, we're saying, what are the menu, what are the ingredients in helping to deal with the teens issue? Number one, you must try as a parent to step back from any situation.
Hmm.
You must learn to step back. Now, when you step back, you are able to see the whole scenario.
Absolutely.
Okay? So remember that they have psychological reasons for behaving the way they behave. They have
Hmm.
emotional reasons for behaving the way they behave. All right? So sometimes they too do not even enjoy the fact that they're behaving that way. I'll give you an instance when I was growing up. The day I decide to say, okay, I'm going to be a good girl today, for all the things my mom has been yelling and shouting about, um, let me try and see what I can do. That day, it looks as if my mom slept, dreamt of me, woke up, and she will pour herself on me. And you can imagine a girl who is saying, okay, let me try my best to be good today. And then this person is just giving you all the negativity from left, right, and center. So sometimes the children don't feel good about what they are going through. But when you're able to step back and look at it and understand that, okay, these children could actually really be reacting to certain things, then that way we'll be able to help them. Okay?
Oh,
So we as adults, it is our responsibility, parents, to guide your children through the most difficult time in their lives.
absolutely.
It is your responsibility. So don't expect them to enjoy it every time. But they really, though they say, there's another thing I want you to understand. Sometimes they'll say, I don't want you in my business. But you know what? They enjoy it when you come into their business. But the way you go, the way you go into their business is important.
Very.
Go
Oh,
in there as a guide. You know,
oh,
there's a, I always say, be in the lives of your children as a mentor or not a monitor.
oh. That's big.
Because a monitor is on your toes, checking you, going through, choking you. What are you doing? But for a mentor, would turn it around and said, "What's the issue? What's the problem? Okay, how do I help? Is there anything you want me to do? Have you tried this method? Can you do this?" And then from your analysis, they help you to cut a path to solving your problem. So be a mentor and
Oh,
not a monitor. All right. Now, you also need to respect their boundaries. You need to respect, that space when they are going through their problems. Teenagers have a way of setting boundaries. Don't come to my space. Consciously, unconsciously, they set those boundaries. So, as a parent, respect is very important in your relationship if you need to help your teenager deal with the issues they are facing. Respect their feelings. Have empathy for them. I've seen parents say to their teenager, "Oh, I have been a teenager before. What is it that you want me to do?"
hello. Yeah, friends, I think Mute has a bit of a connection problem out there, and then she'll be back in soon. And in at the moment, we are really listening to some of the best, guidance, expert advice from Mute, in terms of how to address the teens. That is the most beautiful thing. I have learned, a couple of things. Especially the fact that we need to somehow, many parents, be very aloof from, from their children. No, no, no. You need to enter there. Suppose if you watch them, what, according to Mute, what she says is that you can intervene, with a bit of empathy, not as a monitor, but as a mentor. That is one of the best things, Mute has tell us. Be a mentor rather than a monitor. Don't be going to there, what are you doing, why is that thing is happening, why is that this thing is happening. So we shouldn't be, that kind of, parent. The second thing, I really like is that, have respect, which is again, Mute says, respect is again another beautiful thing, what Mute is, advocating. So you have to have. Oh, can I see you? Oh, you're back. Welcome back.
It just happened. I
Really
lost you.
nice. Your backs were so nice. Wow. I'm just
All
trying to
right.
repeat. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. That's
Okay. So
awesome. Yeah.
we talked about respect, your ability to
Yes,
be able to respect their space. When you're able to
absolutely.
respect their space, and remember, I said children like to model who you are. And as an adult, there are times that we really do need our space. So for your children, there are times they need their space. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Can you
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic.
you're good. Yeah.
So at times, there are times that these children need their space,
Mm.
especially when they begin to grow as teenagers. Teenage is the most difficult age. A child from 0 to 9 would do anything you say,
Mm.
would take anything you say. But when they begin to form, puberty age begins to step in. There's the hormone that works in the brain to begin to question everything and tells them to begin to have a say in what you say or what happens to them. That is the age where they begin to long for affirmation and appreciation.
Mm.
That's when you understand that they do something and they want to know, what do you think?
Mhm.
They purposely change their dress style. They walk somehow. That's the age where they begin to change their walk. They are conscious of their body. They want to see that. So a child who used to be very careless, never minding, running all over the place, suddenly becomes conscious about his personality or her personality. So you need to, as a parent, understand that and respect that space, that dynamic, that changes that they are going through. Another thing that we can do as parents to help our children is, I don't know how to say this, but it's one area that a lot of parents are faulting, and it's the area of listening.
Mm.
We talk, we don't listen. We yell, we don't listen. Our children want us to listen. If you can just listen to them, then you can help them go through what they are going through. Every child wants you to listen. Listen when they talk. Now, there's a difference between being present and being and presence in the life of a child. Being present means, oh, I'm here with you. Talk. Are you done? How do your child know you're not listening? It's because the next question you are asking or the next comment you're making has nothing to do with what the child is talking about. You
Mm.
just
Yeah.
disconnect. They will never come to you for anything. Instead, they will go to their friends who will tell them the wrong things. And when they display those wrong things, you say, my child is being rebellion. No, it's just because you have refused to listen. So listen means listening with your spirit, with your soul, with your body, with the whole of your attention. So when you learn to listen to your children, then you will know the problems they are facing. When I hear you, when you ask me a question, the answer I give will determine, is Mute really listening to what I'm saying, or she's just saying something off her head.
Yeah.
I know as parents we are faced with a lot of trouble. I'll tell you something I did when I was raising my children. I was a very busy mother. I know a lot of parents will say, look, I don't have that time. I go to work, I'm busy. I was a very busy parent. Working in a broadcasting organization means you do not have your own time. As a producer, as a presenter, I have the days for my show, but I need to also package my program. So packaging my program, I could go to interview a guest or go for a program that will take the whole day. So I'm not going to be there. So there are times I get home and I get home very late. Now, this was when I was growing up. Remember, I said from the age of 0 to about 7, 8, you can imbibe your everything you want into a child. That is the age where the subconscious is so plain and open and free, like a plain sheet of paper. And you are, as a parent, writing everything that the child will later recap in life.
My God.
So at that age, you have the ability to nurture, to plant the seed, to nurture the seed, to water the seed. And that seed planted between the age of 0 to 8, 9 will determine the kind of fruits and tree you will get when they get to teenage age and adult age. So what do? I get back home, I lay on the bed where they are sleeping. I'll tell them the story of my day. Mind you, they are sleeping. But when you understand the power of the subconscious, you would know that someone who is in coma or unconscious can hear a voice. So it's not just movies when you hear someone say the doctors will recommend, oh, talk to them. When you say they're not hearing, talk to them. You are feeding the subconscious. I know at that moment when they are asleep, every distraction, every disturbance is off. So they hear you, even in their subconscious. So I tell them my stories. I ask them how the day, and I tell them, oh, I know you can't hear me, but you know what? I'll see you in the morning. No matter how tired I am, I will give them a bath, I will make their meal, and their dad will take them to school. Now, that period is my period of listening to them. So how was school yesterday? While we're taking the bath and preparing the meal, dressing them up, they tell me the whole story. I listen. How do I listen? In my response, oh, really? Wow. Is that what happened? Oh my God. So I give response. So they like to hear. So when you respond and then they ask you, so mommy, can you remember what John did to me? I said, yes, I remember. Even at, do you know, Solomon, even at this age, my eldest daughter being 22, sometimes she'll be telling me something and a name will pop up. And I'll say, oh, I remember, okay, that's the person you told me about, did so, and so. Do you know how excited they are that after several years, you can still remember what they said to you? So you must learn to listen. When you listen, they will always come back to you with their issues because they know that you care enough to listen. Now, a teenager associates listening to two things: care and love. If you don't listen to them, they say you don't love them and you don't care about them. I'm sure some of you must have heard this word. They don't care about me. Nobody loves me. My mommy doesn't love me. My dad, and you're making so much effort. I'm providing for you. I'm buying clothes for you. I send you to good school. No, that does not mean anything to a teenager. Your presence, your ear, your eyes, looking at them, noticing the changes in them, and your behavior towards them, embracing them and empathizing with them, that means the world to a teenager than any other money, gifts, or position you will give to them. Another thing, again, that we can do as parents to help our children is to stop yelling. Oh, parents, we react. We are not supposed to react. We are supposed to respond as parents to our children's behavior or demands. Do not react. When you react, a reaction is a spontaneous response to a spontaneous behavior to any issue that is being addressed or to his behavior. As parents, we are to respond. When you learn to respond, you teach your child about resilience.
Absolutely.
So we do not learn to respond instead of to react. And response means when you get the shock or you get the word or you get anything from your child, you pause, take a second to process. That's why I said step back. When you step back, you learn how to process. And when you process, you will know how to respond to your child. They're going through a lot. I don't want to lose my child because I am not available. And yelling is one thing that sends a child back and far away from you.
Oh.
It's not easy. A lot of parents will say, look, I'm faced with all kinds of situations. I've gone to work, the traffic is there. I'm trying to think of what to eat. Somebody angered me in my office. When I was coming, the taxi driver was very rude. I had all those issues. And then getting home, my child is saying, mommy, 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 mommy. And you know what happened? This person did that. The next thing you want to do is react. No.
Absolutely. That's true. That's natural. It happens every time. Yep.
But when you learn how to control your emotions and say, relax, calm them down. I always
Oh,
have a way of, oh, calm down. Okay, so what is it? I'm never too busy. Listen, I'm never too busy to spare a second or two to listen to my child. It's
absolutely.
difficult, but you need a reset of your mindset. When you know that my intention is to bring up a child that is responsible, that is fully developed to fulfill destiny, then you will learn to listen. Okay? So please learn to listen. And then when you listen to them, you allow them learn from their own mistakes.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes.
We as parents, we are too busy trying to help our children in this age and time. Oh, I don't want my child to make a mistake. Before the child is falling, you are picking the child up. Before the child is getting close to the fire, you are saving the child. The child will never learn. And, agree, they said experience is the best teacher. Experience is important in the growth and development of any child. What do I mean? How would that child know fire is hot if he doesn't get close?
Yeah.
So sometimes we should allow our children learn from their mistakes, but be open, be available to listen to them. Be there
Okay.
to empathize with them. And let's allow the line of communication to be effective.
Yeah.
Effective communication would
Yes.
help any child to be able to go through their problems.
Wonderful, wonderful, Mate. So, I just want you, we are coming up, we'll be closing the show in another couple of minutes from now. And I just wanted you to tell, just to give a very, effective advice before we close, because, this one, this show, because we have, we have shared some of the best things, every parent should take note of and, follow every word of you. It's really, worth in gold, I should say. So just give us, just recap the whole thing, what you have said in a couple of sentences, and then we will be off from this show. Okay.
All right, so what I've said is you need to connect with your child before you can correct your child. It's very important that you connect with your child to correct your child.
Wonderful.
Understand yourself to understand your children. Because there's a saying that you can't give what you don't have. I'll briefly tell you the story of Ben Carson. The mother of Ben Carson was a stark illiterate. But she knew if she wanted her children, she had a vision for her children. She wanted her children to be great. So what she did was to get the books which she cannot read to give her children to read. So you can't help your children. You need to connect to correct your children. Have a relationship with them. Number two, do not react. Respond. For any issue your children, if you want to be able to deal with them and help them, learn to respond and not react.
Wow.
And then thirdly,
Yeah.
listen,
Okay.
talk,
Great.
and train.
Wonderful.
Listen, talk, and train. Once you're able to
This,
do this, we'll be able to
okay.
deal with the issues
So,
that we
Mute,
present.
that's really awesome. We cannot really thank you enough for this, wonderful advice. So, tell us how people can reach you. No, since you are a teen coach and parenting coach, tell us about your details, where they can find you, how they can find you, and your email ID and your phone number, if at all anything, and your Facebook page. Please, quickly tell our
Okay.
audience. Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity. All right, you can find me on Facebook. Mute Olori is my Facebook page. And on my Transformational Parenting Network, that's for my parenting, it's called Transformational Parenting Network.
Wonderful.
Transformational Parenting Network is on Facebook. And my Instagram page is Olori Mute. I'm on Instagram. You can get me there. And my email address, mute.olori. Mute, just put a dot between the Mute and the Olori at gmail.com. You can send me a mail on mute.olori at gmail.com. And my numbers are 08026115059. 08026115059. So just check on me on Facebook. I'm there. You can leave a message. Transformational Parenting, I have a show on television in Nigeria. It's on Go TV Network 110. And I also have, it's aired every Monday, 7 p.m. And on radio, I have a 1 hour show every Saturday, 1 p.m. on Liberty Radio 103.3. So I'm always there. But we do stream live on Facebook also. And as a member of the John Maxwell thing, I do a lot of Global Youth Initiative program. And I have one coming up on January 3rd, 2020, for boys between the ages of 10 and 16, to empower them, to teach them things like mental and emotional intelligence, financial intelligence, how to become a gentleman, so that when you catch them now, my children will be able to marry men that are transformed and well empowered with information, with knowledge, so that they can be better parents, better husbands, and good sons to their parents. Nobody wants a son that you'll be struggling with police case here and there tomorrow, or being a deviant to society. No, we need to we spent a generation raising girls. It's time
Yeah.
to put the energy on the boys, because definitely those empowered girls, we marry those boys. So what happens when you don't empower them? So that's the next project I'm doing, which comes up on the 3rd of January 2020.
Wow, yeah, that is awesome. Thank you very much, Motivational, from all of us, from WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network, TV and Radio, and GoingSoloMedia.com, and from all our audiences. My dear friends, you can put comments on the show, on those things, which Mute has shared. And, Mute, you are such an energetic person. I'm really, really thankful for you. And, perhaps if everything goes well, we can have you a second part of your on the parenting part, so that our parents can really enjoy take your advice, and bring up their children as responsible and fulfill individuals and adults and citizens of the world. So that is awesome. So thank you very much
Thank you
from
so
all
much.
of us.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that's really, really awesome, and I really, your energy and passion is contagious, and I have learned several things from you, because I'm a parent of a teenager. My eldest son is 19 years, and my younger one is 7 years.
Ah, I'm
Yeah.
older than you in the business.
So I personally learned a lot, my dear friends. This is awesome. Mote, really accepted at a short notice. I must thank you for that. Mote has accepted in one day's time when I asked her to come on the show, and share her wisdom for all of us. Thank you very much, Mute, and it has been a pleasure having you. And your energy and passion is contagious. That is exactly what we are portraying on the show. Motivational power. People how they're motivated. In their respective journeys, in their respective passions. How passionate they are in their professions, in their careers, and what brings them to that level of motivation, more to motivate and inspire people. And that is exactly what you have portrayed on this show. Thank you very much from all of us,
Thank
and
you.
especially from
Thank you
me.
for having me.
Uh,
And
yeah,
for everyone, please give yourself a hug. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate you all. Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
All right.
Take
Bye.
care.